All right, so let's load our AWS. What are we? Sign in. Let's load our EC2 for practice. EC2. All right. All right, so that's our EC2, our instance. So to SSH, we just quickly grab the public IP address. So go to networking, copy public IP address. For now, I'm still continuing with mobile extern. If you have the other one, of course, you know it's the same thing. We'll just load my mobile extern and then put. I deliberately want to repeat this all the time. So at least what scenario you know how to do this. All right. So EC2 user 422, my key and padlock is key pair one. Yeah, that's been already. All right, so let's start. So
yes,
we're talking about.
We can see the mobile demo. We can see is the browser.
Okay.
Yeah, we can see the mouse.
Give me 1 second. Yes. Okay. Can you see this now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Position is so we don't keep moving. All right, so clear the screen. History, we have not entered any command other than these two commands. Okay, history of the commands that we've entered. Where are we? I already know that we're in the home directory of the currently logged on user, EC2, and EC2 is logged on. Okay, what do we have in here? ls-la, or if you are better with LL. But I just do ls-la. I still prefer that personally because it gives me all of these details, which as you progress to DevOps, you'll see they are useful. All right, so the slate is clean. Now we're talking about assigning user permissions. Yeah, we'll come back to your revision, but let's just start first. If you have any question, I'll give you time to ask. So right now, what users do we have? Let's see. What users above ID 1000? That will be cat. What's the user file? List of user file. Let's see. Password. All right. So above 1000, nothing. So we have not created any user accounts. Okay, let's quickly create user accounts so that we can use that to practice. You remember how to create user accounts?
Sudo password users.
All right. Sudo. Did you say password? Sudo what?
User add.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. So let's create user add Joe, and then password for Joe. Sudo password.
Typo.
What? Oh, sudo.
You put P instead of O.
Yeah. Sudo password Joe. All right. So what? Let's use the consistent password 2022, right? And then daily 2020. All right. Good. Now we'll have a user account. At least one user account. Let's create file in the name of that user. So let's change to that user. Switch user to Joe. Joe's password is daily 2020. Oh, was it 2020? No, it was daily 2022. Okay, are we there? Oh, okay. So that's the password, but I didn't wait for password. Okay, so let's do switch user to and then daily 2020. All right, so we're Joe now. So whatever we do now, it will be Joe. So what it will be under the name Joe. What directory are we in? We'll go to Joe's directory. To go to the directory of the current user. The command is cd. Oh, yeah, we are now in the current user. All right, so let's create file. Many ways to create file. Just by way of practice, let's use the long way. vi file 1. And then we'll put something there. To put something there.
Okay, we didn't type file 1. We typed something different.
Okay. We'll just use the name that. All right, so escape. Remember that. Right, cute, bang, then press enter. Oh, okay. Okay, by the way, how do we rename this file? Remember how to rename file if we have not done it. So to rename is move fl1 to file 1. That's the way to rename this file to that file. So if we do ls-la, what we have now is file 1. So we corrected that. All right, we'll clear the screen so you all can see. Let me allow this people in. Okay, everyone is in. All right. So we created a file. Let's see that file, ls-la. So look at the file 1. So what's the interpretation? This is what we're coming to. What do you understand? So this file is owned by the user Joe. All right, that's the meaning of that statement. File 1 is owned by the user Joe, and then by the group Joe. All right. So who has this permission? First of all, this means that it's a file. Somebody identified that. What about L? Well, to differentiate between this kind of file and the file that has L there, we call this a regular file. All right. So this is a regular file. It means that the first 3 bits control is the control for the owner. Second 3 bits control for the group, and then the third 3 bits control for everyone else. So for this one, it means that this file can be read and written to, but not executable for the user Joe. All right. So the second 3 bits, what do they mean? The second set of 3 bits means that every member of the group Joe will be able to read, write, and execute.
Not execute.
Yeah. Not execute. Yeah. Then everyone else that is neither here nor there would only be able to read. So from this, do you now understand that even as EC2, I shouldn't even bother to use this file because I will not be able to do anything with this file other than read. Because as EC2 user, I am neither here nor there, right? So did you get that? So it's no use trying to switch user to EC2 or any other user, and then you want to correct this file, all right? So who can correct this file? Only Joe, because to correct means to modify, means to write. So only Joe and anyone else who is a member of Joe directory. All right, so the assignment now is, I want anyone else, you suggest the person, to be able to edit this file, to write to this file, but not Joe. What do you do?
Going to be root. The root.
Yeah, aside root and Joe.
We have to add group add to Joe.
Group.
Yeah, just explain without the command. I will know what command.
Okay, you create another user and add that
beautiful.
user to the group, Joe.
Awesome, beautiful. That's a good one. That's a good one. Not the only way always. There's always more than one way. But
Yeah, you can also add a previous.
Yeah, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Another privilege.
Okay, so let's go. How many people are here, by the way? So the rest of you, are you following? So let's adopt that first suggestion. So to create, what he's saying is, let us create another user, maybe David, and then add David to the group Joe, so that David will belong here, because that's for the group, right? So whoever belongs to the group will now be able to write as well as read. Okay, so let's do that. So let's quickly do that. Can Joe do this? Let's find out if Joe can do this. What's the command to find out if Joe can create a user, David, and assign permission to that user? What's the command to find out?
Groups.
Groups, yes, groups Joe or ID, any of them, all right? Oh, sorry, groups is not West. So ID will be easier to do. So that is the user ID for Joe as a user, ID as a group, and nothing else, no will. All right, so Joe cannot do it. So let us first of all put Joe in a position to do this task, to perform this. So to do that, he will call the root. So I come in at the root and I quickly say switch user sudo su, all right? Password for Joe.
2022.
Okay, not sure. Okay, the problem is Joe is not even, you remember this? So let's use another method. Remember, you are familiar with it. Let me let these people in then. All right, so EC2, so switch user to sudo su. Actually, EC2 could have done it because EC2 has sudo power. Okay, let EC2 do it. EC2 user, that's right. Let this user perform the task. You know what the task is? To make Joe a sudo, so that Joe will not be the one to perform the task. All right, so the command is sudo
user mode
-ag.
AG.
I hope you guys are following this just for revision so that you, all right? Then the user Joe,